Hey, everybody, live from Chicago. It's the Sports Doctor. Welcome. I'm Dr. Bob Weil, sports podiatrist. All things sports medicine, fitness, and wellness. We've got a great triple header today. Gilad Janklowitz, he's one of the world's most popular fitness personalities and pioneers, the creator of Gilad's Bodies in Motion, the longest-running national fitness show on location from Hawaii. He'll be joining me. First, let's welcome Gilad Janklowitz to the Sports Doctor. Hello, Gilad.
Hello. How are you?
I am fine. Gilad, we're catching him from Israel, but his show, which started like in 1983, Bodies in Motion, takes place in Hawaii. Give us a little bit of background, Gilad, of you and your long career in the world of fitness.
All right. So I started out actually as a track and field athlete. I competed in the decathlon. I was Israel's decathlon record holder back in the mid-'70s. Came out to the United States to train in California at UCLA with a gentleman who was the world record holder in the late 60s, a gentleman by the name of Russ Hodge, who was the world record holder in the decathlon. I trained under him for a while, then tore my Achilles tendon. So as a change of course, so to speak, my dream was to get to the Olympics in 1980, but that dream, obviously, I could not fulfill because of a really bad injury that I sustained on my Achilles. So I started looking for something else to do, and I was good at teaching exercise.
I think it was 1983 when Bodies in Motion first aired on the networks. I remember years and years ago watching his exercise show, and one of our questions, of course, Gilad is a member of the National Fitness Hall of Fame, and he was honored at along with my induction ceremony this past April for having the longest-running national fitness show on location. And he talks a lot about the whole idea of staying in shape and fitness. And we used to always ask him again, how did he land that gig being in Hawaii? And I hope we can get him back and talk more about not only his Bodies in Motion show all these years. Okay, well, it got cut off when you had that nasty Achilles tendon injury. You decided to do something else. You were a good teacher of exercise, so I guess somehow you landed in Hawaii.
Landed in Hawaii, got a job offer there at the Honolulu Club. Taught there for a couple of years, exercise as well as work with their instructors with workshops and things like that. And again, destiny, call it as you will. I had a chance to do a fitness show outdoors, and I grabbed it and ran with it. We shot our first show in 1983. We were able to take the show to several different states, Texas, Nevada, California. And then in 1985, we were signed up by the sports channel, ESPN, as their first fitness show ever on the main channel. Back then it was only ESPN 1. And we had an 11-year run on ESPN, then on Fox Sports, and then for all the last 15 years on Discovery Health. And we're still active. We're still seen on JLTV and, across the country on cable.
I mentioned also when we got interrupted, basic training, the workout, total body sculpting with Gilad. What's the website, Gilad, that the best one that people could find out about your show and your videos?
It's actually bodiesinmotionwithgilad.com. And to make it simple
with
for those
Gilad,
who can't
W-I-T-H?
spell my name, Gilad, Gilad.
Fantastic. Everybody listening to the Sports Doctor.
If people are having a hard time spelling it, then the easiest way is to go Gilad.tv. It's Gilad.tv. Takes you right to the website.
You know, it's interesting with the incredible popularity of exercise today, and it's for many of us remembering back the 25 to 30 something years when it was a whole different story. I've always considered you to be a real educator, again, in getting the population in all aspects to realize how important it is to keep moving, and the attention you paid to nutrition and that other side. I want to talk to you more about all of that in a second. Everybody, you're listening to The Sports Doctor. I'm Dr. Bob Weil, sports podiatrist. You can go to my website, sportsdoctorradio.com. You go over to radio shows. Again, you could probably go back to 2010 or before. I think before that we were on Reel to Reel, and you could see who was on, what the topics are, listen to whatever you would like. You could go over to newspaper articles and magazines and read a whole array of articles, whether it's choosing the best shoe for your son or daughter, information about my book, hashtag Hey Sports Parents, one of my most popular infamous articles, which is Women and High Heels, Accepting the Challenge. And you can follow us on Twitter. We have over 30,000 followers on Twitter. I can't tell you how many guests we get on Twitter at Sports Doc, DOC Radio. We're talking from Israel with Gilad Janklowitz, one of the true pioneers and champions of fitness. Again, getting that ESPN connection, you know, gigantic, really, to say the least. And what have been some of the challenges along the way regarding the education of exercise and fitness, you know, with a reluctant medical community, a stationary community? What have been some of the challenges?
Well, great question, and you know, I think we can relate back when I came to the United States in the mid '70s. There weren't that many gyms around. Where, in fact, it was still sort of a niche. Now there's a gym on every corner, on every street corner. There's a gym. I've seen a tremendous change over the last 35, 40 years with the awareness of fitness, health, nutrition, all of the different elements of healthy lifestyle. And it's just amazing to watch how it's blossomed. I mean,
right. You know, our organization, Gilad, our organization, the National Fitness Hall of Fame, paying such big attention to that very area. And again, you mentioned something which I talk about all the time on the Sports Doc. You know, there's a gym on every corner. There's a physical therapist everywhere you look. However, one of the biggest discussions I've had over the decades, whether it's childhood obesity or obesity, is as big a problem today in the United States almost as it's ever been. And I find that to be still so perplexing with all the advancement. It's sort of like we're treading water.
Well, it's interesting because I think that together with the fact that the fitness industry has expanded with what it has to offer the public, at the same time, don't forget that the internet has revolutionized how people operate on a daily basis, and especially the younger generation, which is on Twitter and on Instagram and on Facebook. And you look at kids 2 years old, they're already running around punching their phones, looking for material. And I think that is that's the problem today, is that on the one side we have a fitness industry who's has amazing amounts of information to share with the public, but at the same time you have still a lot of junk food and a lot of awareness of young people, especially not being aware of healthy choices and the ability to do everything with your phone and with your finger. So
yeah, we're battling with our population too, Gilad, with keeping physical education or PE in schools. We're battling in the world of nutrition in the food industry. You can't turn on the television for 5 minutes if you're not watching drug commercials in the United States. You're watching diet commercials. And this, again, is this tremendous challenge, including, again, like what you're mentioning with the children and the fact of this, good luck to all of us with the world of social media. You know what I mean? This is just such a tremendous challenge. How have you seen the cooperation of the medical community and the international community? I mean, how many different countries have seen Bodies in Motion, for example?
Well, in the heyday of ESPN, ESPN reached somewhere like 84 different countries worldwide. So Europe, South America, the Far East. So the exposure has been tremendous. Also beyond that, too, through the 2000, through Discovery as well, the show's been all over. I mean, the problem we have, I think, specifically for us in the United States is that we have, a fantastic offering from the fitness industry, but at the same token, we also have, the worst that we can get, and that is a lot of junk food, a lot of people have to really want to do something to be able to do it, but it's available for them to do. That's the issue. It's a contrast between what's available to us to be able to do versus the other side of the coin, which is being lazy, not going out, not doing activities, not having the type of sports facilities that we'd like to have in the schools, perhaps, and things like that. So it's
well, that's why I always ask fitness champions like yourself, Gilad, and people who are in the sports medicine world and the fitness world. I always ask, of course, how your psychology and sports psychology skills are, because it is such a mental challenge. I think everybody knows, Gilad, that junk food is not good. Fast food is not good. I think what's fooled everybody over the years is the so-called good all-American diet that everybody thought was very healthy, and then, or at least we assumed it was, and it ends up that it's not that at all. And people have really, really had to learn how to eat smarter. I know you pay big attention to nutrition as part of your world, don't you?
Absolutely. And, for me, I come across that every single day with people that are, tuning into the show and ask questions, personally with people that I come across. And I think that, the main challenge really is the information that we have out there can be sometimes, you get two different pieces of information on the same issue. And I think what the whole issue with nutrition is that it's very simple. Stay with simple, foods. Don't overeat. Stay away from canned food as much as possible. Stay away from sugary foods. Stay away from processed foods. Those are very, very simple choices that every person...
It's the new medicine, Gilad. It's the new medicine. It's number one, eat smarter, probably and eat less.
Right.
And number two, stay active. As a pioneer, a champion of fitness, what is the mixture? We've probably got a few minutes left. What's the mixture of the best exercise that you like to get people involved in? You talk about cardio, you talk about strength training. You mix it all up, don't you?
Absolutely. And I think the variety is the best way to go. I myself participate in all different activities, starting from cardio, running, swimming, strength training, teaching classes, yoga, Pilates. I do it all because I enjoy it. Bicycle riding. So I kind of, and I think that for every person, the more variety you can add to your fitness program, the better results you're going to get. Of course, you have people that like to, specifically do bodybuilding or specifically swim, then they have to focus on those sports. I personally enjoy all sports, so I call it my own personal cross-training program. I do a little bit of everything. But I'm in the gym, and I'm outdoors, and I'm swimming, and I'm bicycling, and I'm doing all that. And when I come across people, I motivate them to find an activity that you really like to do and that you know that you're going to stick to it. And second of all, try to make it consistent. Make it part of your day or part of your week. And then from there, you can go on. So, for example, if somebody is a good tennis player and he enjoys playing tennis, so he plays tennis twice a week, he can then, in order to increase his ability to tennis, he should do a couple of cardio workouts a week, maybe strength training, and then, of course, he can improve his tennis game as well. So that's how I tend to approach people. Say, find an activity that you like and build your program around that as a base.
Yes, if you don't like it, you won't stick with it. Old sport, the late Dr. Jim Vickery, who shared the radio with me for years, used to talk about if people think fitness is a drill, they ain't going to do it, was one of his famous statements regarding that. When were you inducted into the National Fitness Hall of Fame, Gilad?
2007.
Wow. Again, a great organization. Our friend John Figarelli, who's at it every day, keeping people active.
I think he's doing a great job.
Almost out of time, Gilad. Give me the best website again that people could find out about you and your programs.
Okay. Gilad.tv. So www.gilad.tv. Gilad spelled Gilad.
It's been a pleasure to have you.